Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It is Saturday for me today and I hope that you are having a wonderful day when you watch this. I am looking forward to helping you guys out with something that I think is super important, which is prepping ahead of time for the week ahead. So one of the things that has helped me a lot with sticking to a plant-based diet has been making sure that I have these foods, these good starches ready for me when I get home from work or when I'm ready to make a meal. Having, for example, the rice already in the fridge, ready to be warmed up to add to a fried rice or to add to soups or to just warm up and eat by itself with some beans. It has just been a lifesaver. It has made this lifestyle much simpler to stick with, and it has just made it so much easier where I don't really have to think about what I'm going to be eating or what I'm going to be making, except just, warming it up and putting it together with some other things. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that it is helpful for you, and I hope that you get maybe some ideas on what you could be doing to make your life easier, to make your week easier, and save you some time. Because, right, time is important, time is valuable, and you could be spending it, an extra 30 minutes to be with your kids rather than in the kitchen putting something together. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I am going to be prepping now. So as I mentioned, I am going through with white rice. I am going to make 2 cups of this, and this I will have to make repeatedly throughout the week. But because it's a rice cooker, it's just so quick. I just put rice and water, and that's it. Pretty simple. So I'm gonna be doing 2 cups of white rice and then 2 cups of water, and it's gonna do its own thing. And this week we are going to be making pinto beans, and I have found that the best way to make them, the quickest way to make them, is in the Instant Pot. For this, I am just going to use pinto beans. I am going to use some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some dried parsley. And at the very end, after it's cooked, I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt to my taste. Not too much. I have found that if you put it beforehand, along with all your other spices, I have found that you tend to add more. So there's a tip, add your salt afterwards. So this is a lifesaver, and I'll show you later the timing for that. Okay, so moving on to the potatoes, I am going to prep my potatoes so that I can have them ready to make fries or to make some mashed potatoes throughout the week. And I'm gonna be using my Sistema microwave steamer, and this is seriously the best thing ever for like vegetables or anything, really. It is so good. Like the vegetables just turn out so good, just steamed. And the potatoes come out perfect in this. So I highly recommend that you get one of these microwave steamers for your vegetables, for your potatoes. I've also kind of heard somewhere that you can make rice in this. I don't know how true that is. Maybe you could try it, but yep, making this. And while this is cooking, I'm just here at home, just hanging out by myself today. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this quick and easy chickpea salad that I could just have ready in the fridge, and I can just pull it out, put some rice on it, and there you go. That's it. So for that, I'm going to be using a can of chickpeas. I'm going to be using some pepper, a lemon and a half, some red onions, some cilantro, and some salt, and that's about it for that one. So I was like, well, might as well. I would usually also be adding some oatmeal to this prepping, but I have found this week that I've also just been having a lot more fruit as my breakfast. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that this week, unless, I end up wanting some. If so, I do have some quick oats that I'll make up, depending on the day if I need to. But for today, this is what I am going to do. I also just have one Instant Pot, so, I could wait until they're done to make my oatmeal, but I just like to get it done all at once. So yep, that's what I'm going to be making. All right, so I'm going to be starting with prepping my white rice, and this is seriously so simple because the rice cooker does everything for you pretty much. So I'm going to be adding 2 cups of white rice and 2 cups of water, and just going to let that do its own thing. But hey, you are totally welcome to use any wet starch of your choosing. You can go ahead and do brown rice if you want. You can make quinoa or just any starch that you prefer. Go ahead and do your thing. It's what you prefer. It's your plant-based meal plan. So just go ahead and make a few if you want to. I mean, if you want more variety, but I usually just stick with white rice because again, it's so simple and it's so easy. And I just, put my pot there and it does its own thing. So all right, so I'm going to be grabbing my kettle and I'm going to be filling it up to the max line, and that is so that I can have hot boiled water ready to put in with my beans. For my beans, I'm going to be using parsley, onion powder, and a ton of garlic powder. We want these pinto beans to come out so flavorful and so delicious. I picked up these containers actually from the Dollar Tree, and they have worked wonderfully. I'm going to be going through my beans just to make sure that there's no little pebbles or rocks in it, because you do not want to break a tooth by eating beans. That just does not sound pleasant. And so after I go ahead and prep maybe around, I think 2 cups of beans, I'm going to go ahead and rinse them. Now that they are all squeaky clean, we're gonna go ahead and start adding our spices. I'm gonna start with my garlic powder and go ahead and just add as much as you like. I love adding a lot because we want well-seasoned beans. They replace, I guess you could say, even the meat that used to be in our meals. And so we want the beans to just taste delicious, be well-seasoned, so that we can enjoy our meals, All right, so I added my onion powder, and now moving on to the parsley. Now, I randomly started adding parsley. I don't know if I taste the difference, but I add it because it was all right and it was good. So why not, But you could always take it out or add any seasonings that you want inside your beans, and they will look like this. Now grab your kettle with the hot water, and you are going to fill it up all the way to the max line. I do have a 3-quart Instant Pot, just for your reference, that you know how much I'm putting in. So again, I use about 2 cups of dried pinto beans, and these actually get a lot larger. So this fits perfectly. I think this is the perfect amount. And yeah, just filled it up to the most that it could with water. I closed the lid and I made sure that my little thingy right there is facing upward because you do not want it to explode on you. No good. All right, so make sure that you have your Instant Pot set so that it keeps the food, the pot warm before you pressure cook it. And so I set a timer for 40 minutes, but you're gonna have to kind of play with it to make sure that it suits the amount of beans that you're cooking. Moving on to the potatoes, using my Sistema microwave steamer. Seriously, guys, the best thing ever. It's so easy to use, convenient, and it makes life easier. So I love it. You guys should get one. All right, so for this, I'm using red potatoes, and these are going to be just awesome because you could have them prepped in the fridge for your fries, for your mashed potatoes, to make, I don't know, a hash or something. So I just went ahead and washed them, went ahead and, cut off the ugly bits from them. And I'm just going to poke them with a knife. You can go ahead and use a fork and be a little safer than I was. But yeah, you just don't want them to accidentally explode on you. That does not seem pleasant. So make sure that you poke a few holes on your potatoes. And when you put them in the microwave, these are going to come out just so soft. You know, go ahead, and I put them in my microwave for about 10 minutes, but that is also because my microwave is not the best microwave. It's a very small one, and the watts are not very high. So I would just go ahead and play with it initially the first time you do them, and just kind of, you know, use a time frame that works for you. And you want the potatoes to come out soft enough to where your knife kind of pierces through, just so that, you know, when you make your fries in the air fryer, they kind of come up crispy on the outside, but they're going to be perfectly soft on the inside. And don't forget, you know, the little top tab there for the air to steam. Make sure that that is up and open. Now, while that is in the microwave, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, prep my chickpea salad. So I have went ahead and rinsed some chickpeas. It was just 1 can. I have done 2, and it still lasts in the fridge for like a couple of days. So yeah, go ahead and chop up your cilantro, and this just gives it so much flavor. I love cilantro. We've been growing cilantro at my in-laws' house because we live in a little back house of their house as we try to, you know, save up for a home. And oh, I just love that it's there because we can just go pick some fresh cilantro, and it is so good. So go ahead and add a lot of cilantro. I really do think that this is what makes the salad just so delicious. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop up maybe, what is this? Maybe like 1/3 of a red onion. And it's just going to bring out just so much flavor. Everything mixed together in this salad is just, everything about it is just delicious. So go ahead and add lots and lots of onion. Add that to your bowl. And moving on to the tomato. And so I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tomatoes, or actually I think I just ended up adding 1 tomato to this because I ended up getting a lot. And yep, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the edges off. And again, because I'm going to go ahead and put this salad in the fridge, I don't want it to get kind of watery, and so I always remove the middle part when I'm planning on keeping it in the fridge for a while. Or if I want a less of a soggy, I guess, salad, and nobody wants a soggy salad, but if I was eating it this specific day, then I would have just, you know, added the entire tomato. But this helps it to stay, you know, just better in the fridge. So yeah, just chopping up my tomato, and again, just the combination of these ingredients together, it's just so easy and simple and not complicated. You could easily prep this and, you know, meal prep it. Now here we are. Look at that. It's so colorful. I love it. I love eating plants because you could just have so much variety of colors and nutrients and all of that. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and add a lemon, and I'm using a strainer just so that I don't get any seeds in there. I have done that a couple of times and it is not fun. It's just, you know, you get the taste of a bitter seed. So don't do that. Just, you know, taking extra precaution, add your lemon to however much you want. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. I can't really tell what I ended up using. I think I used like maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon, but you could omit it or you can add more. It's up to you. I'm adding some pepper, and I love pepper. And now here we are. That's pretty much it, guys. It's super simple, super easy, and I got to do it with just the extra time I had to spend while my other stuff is prepping. So I'm not really losing anything in spending a couple minutes making this, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and mix it all up. And this is going to be so delicious. Again, you could put it on tostada, on rice, or however you want, or eat it just by itself. That's what I would do. It just spoonfuls of it. It is so delicious and so easy. And you can make it in literally like maybe 10 minutes. So it's all about just being prepared, having things ready in your fridge, and it just makes this lifestyle so much easier and fun and sustainable. All right, so let's check up on the rice. So my rice has finally cooked by the time I finished this chickpea salad. And one of the things that I like to do is just go through it with a spoon just so that it kind of, fluffs up and it doesn't just kind of solidify together and stick together. And then it just doesn't make for good rice when you go pop it in the microwave, like in a plate. It just comes out very hard and crunchy. So that's what I do. I just go ahead and do that. And then I let it cool down and then just pop it in the fridge for the week. And I have taken out the potatoes and here they are. They're soft. You could poke through them with a knife and now they're ready to use. And so I just go ahead and leave them there to cool down before I put them in the fridge. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I am so thankful for your guys' support. Please go ahead and like and subscribe and comment down below other videos that you would like to see. I'll go ahead and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.